Hello, I'd like to run you through the brand new update that just came out into ResponsiBid today and walk you through all the different things. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to notice there's lots of different stuff to see, and I'm going to show you around as best I can. First, we're going to start in the services editor area. Now, what I did here is by default, you're going to come in and you're going to notice that every module is available to bid in residential, but not allowing website bids for commercial. That's because that was the default behavior before this update. That's different now. Now you can turn certain modules on to be bid through your website for commercial. And basically what that means is that the entire bidding process will continue to go through for commercial bids. So if we take a look over here, what I did in the deck cleaning module is you'll notice that I already toggled it on. I just turned on commercial bids for deck cleaning. This is just kind of an example, but you'll notice now that when someone is a residential customer or a commercial customer, deck cleaning will allow them to continue on where it previously wouldn't have. Also, you'll notice that I've turned on the package sales video. If you click on this link right here, it'll show you basically how this all works and how to come about getting this code off of your YouTube video. But all you need to know now is that I've turned on a package sales video, which is a video that I wrote to help the customer understand which service to choose, which would be best for them, and basically sell my packages the same way I would face-to-face. And so I selected YouTube as my service provider. I'm going to go ahead and put this above the packages. You could put it below if you like. And then I pasted in that little YouTube ID, which again, you can learn more at that link. I also have another video that I've used for deck cleaning. I went ahead, most people have this disabled by default, but I went ahead and turned this on. Again, chose YouTube, and I have another video that will help the customer understand throughout the bidding process how to actually fill out a deck cleaning bid, okay? And this is just a sample video, but this would normally be the video that would help the customer understand how to measure their deck or how to tell what kind of wood their deck is, or basically whatever information you would want a customer to have at the time that they're filling out a bid. All right, so that's kind of all the new stuff in this area. I should point out though that in step 3, if you do have something that uses square footage to determine a price of your module, deck cleaning is not that kind of thing, but let's go to one that does. For example, gutter cleaning. Gutter cleaning needs to know the residential square footage in order to help us get an idea of your gutter cleaning price. Well, in commercial, you'll notice that when it came in as all zeros. And if you turn it on, which I have on this one, if you turn on commercial bidding, you're going to be bidding at $0 until you fill this matrix out for your commercial sizes. So keep that in mind. That's an important bit of information. But that is everything inside of the service editor that's new. But that's not all that's changed. There's a lot of things that you'll notice are different now. So let's go ahead and kind of run through how things look. This is a video I haven't shown you how to put on yet, but I will show you in just a moment. This is called the introduction video. This will be the video that helps the customer understand how to proceed through the bidding process. It's the very first screen on a light box if you turn it on. And this will be you introducing your company and the process of getting a bid to your customer. So very cool video. Now, one of the things that really changed, and I'm going to open both these at the same time to make this easier, is that now we made it so that you don't necessarily have to ask how many stories or how big a house is unless you actually need it. So for example, roof cleaning requires that I know how big the house is, whether it's got a basement, and how many floors it has. So when I selected roof cleaning, it came in, but when I turned it off, it went away. Also, when I turn on deck cleaning, but I turn off roof cleaning, you'll notice that deck cleaning doesn't care. So right now by default, it's not asking those questions anymore. Now don't worry, if you want to require that information, I'm going to show you in just a minute how to get that back, but this is just to streamline the process for your customer. Okay, so the other thing you'll notice in deck cleaning is that I've got my video here. This is the video that explains, how to measure your deck. That's the video I put in the service area. So in that service edit, you can now have this video here that shows, and then I'll show you the proposal video in just a moment when I go into a deck cleaning proposal. The other thing I thought I'd point out before we leave this page is that if I flip this to let's turn on roof cleaning. All right, So because this is a residential bid, it's just fine with moving through the deck cleaning and roof cleaning areas. But if I flip this to commercial, notice that roof cleaning just disappeared. That's kind of the old behavior that used to happen for commercials, that we would go ahead and find out that they're interested in roof cleaning, but we wouldn't put them through the bidding process until we had a chance to override it. Now keep in mind that everything I'm showing you right now is the customer version, the smart form and the lightbox. Those two things are the way that would work on your website. There's a slight difference here in the call screen. So this is also part of the update. You'll notice that even though I might select deck and roof cleaning, or I'm sorry, let's do deck cleaning to start. Notice that I'm still asking for information that I don't necessarily need. Well, because we're in the call screen, just like we've always made it, you as an administrator have a lot more power in this screen. So if you want to put this information in while you're on the phone or on site giving a bid, you can, but it's not required. Okay? Now with roof cleaning, if you want to give that quote, you darn well better make sure that information's in there, because that's information that your quote requires. But it is not necessarily required of you in the call screen anymore. Another thing you're going to notice that's kind of weird is that in the residential quotes, as you're giving them, you have this new toolbar here. You have a price override, the default specification override, or you can say, I don't actually want to give a bid for this quote right now. I want this to disappear. As far as the customer knows and as far as our specifications, you can make it disappear. Well, this toolbar gives you a lot of power to just quickly throw a price down or to move through the specification route. But whatever it is you decide to do, that'll work. Also note that the call screen doesn't have the introductory video. We get that out of your way. But we do leave this here for your employees to show the video on their mobile device, possibly to a customer, if the customer has questions about why you're measuring stuff. So that video will still be in the call screen, but this one's hidden for your convenience. So that's everything that I'm going to show you here. Just keep in mind we're going to come back to this toolbar and talk a little bit more about it, how you would use it later on, because this is also now in every bid within the customer profile. I want to take you over to the form builder now. The form builder has two new items. First of all, this introductory sales video. This is the video I turned on that shows at the very top of the call screen or the very first frame of the light box. Once you turn this thing on and enable it, this is going to show for the customer and help welcome them into the bidding process. It's a great opportunity for you to tell them what to expect as they go through the bidding process and why they should continue on through it, and how to just do the best they can, even if they don't have everything perfectly, measured out. Okay, the other thing you'll notice is this. This is for those people who maybe, so the question is, would you like to gather house size, stories, and basement on every bid? Well, right now, by default, we just changed it to only if required. However, it used to always be required. So I'm going to give you a quick example of what that looks like. Go back to the smart form. We'll pretend this is on your website again. Now for deck cleaning, you'll notice that now it's showing me this question again, the question that it didn't need before. Also notice that when I go to move on, it won't let me move on until I give you all of that information. Well, if I go over here and I say that we always ask, so there's three positions: only if required, always required, or always ask. Let's check out what that looks like. Same thing with the light box, it'll do the same thing. But again, I don't necessarily need it for deck cleaning, but I am asking for it, and if I go to move on, as long as I have my lead source in here and I've picked residential or commercial, when I go to continue, it will let me go without that information. So that's what that means. So let's go ahead and go back over into the form builder. I'm going to put it back to only if required, and it's saved. Okay, now how does this stuff all translate to the customer profile and the proposal? Well, here I have a proposal with deck cleaning in it, and you'll notice in my deck cleaning that I have a specification bid. Okay, and I can see that right there. There's my prices, and I can head on over to the last recalculation. I can see that here is a video that I need to still show you how I got it. This is called the proposal heading video. This is a video you can embed to help your customer understand, what a great company you are and what sets your company apart from the competition. But here is a video that helps you understand how to pick your deck cleaning package. Remember, I put it above my package. If you wanted, you could put it down below. But here's my prices, and everything looks good, right? Well, let's go back over to that customer profile, and all I have to do is either put a price override. So I can say 150 and 400. Click Save. And now when I look at my bid, there's my 400 and 150. And if I go back in there, that last bit of the toolbar, I can select none, click save. By the way, this toolbar is available in every single one of these except for custom items. Custom items, you are spelling the price out anyway. But when you look at your last recalculation, notice that there is no deck cleaning anymore. It's gone. That doesn't mean it's really gone. It just means that it's gone for the proposal's purposes. And if I turn the specifications back on and I recalculate the quote, not only will it calculate the prices again by specification, but of course it's back into the proposal. Here we go. Now, the last area, oh, sorry, there's two areas. Let's go to the company profile. Let's go into the proposal builder, and you can see that I've enabled the proposal heading video. You can turn it on as well. Put your video ID from YouTube or Vimeo. Select which one you're going to use. And when you save the changes, this is the one that puts that video at the very top of all proposals that will explain to the customer why you're such a great company. Okay. The last thing I need to show you is an example of the new Suffix builder. So sometimes in lawn care, what people would want to do, and this could go for all types of businesses, sometimes what happens is your premium package might be something that you calculate on an annual basis, and then you visit them throughout the year and do different things. Okay? So let's just pretend that our best package is very expensive per square foot to mow the lawn, because that includes the annual price of mowing the lawn, raking the leaves 3 times a year, putting fertilizer out twice a year, 5 times a year, whatever it is, and you know, basically setting it up to do certain things. Maybe you trim the trees multiple times per year or 1 time per year, and you want to set this up to do that. Well, what you can do now is you can go to the bottom and turn on, let's get it back to nothing. So you could turn on the Suffix builder. You could say that for your best package, which maybe you'll call your all-inclusive package or something, you can say that every month you're going to charge them something, and all the prices above are the whole entire year combined. So as you're looking at the hedges, you're thinking what it would take to care for the hedges all year round. Not $6, but it would be obviously much more per linear foot. Okay, so once you've got that all done, you can actually have it go from no additional calculation to doing a divide by, and then I threw 12 in there, just when I was doing my experimentation. And now, when somebody gets a quote for, let's see here, this is the one that's got lawn care in it. Now when somebody gets a quote for lawn care, and I have a kind of silly override. Let me get rid of this override now that I've kind of got the price right where it needs to be. I'm going to recalculate the quote. All right, so now you'll notice that it's $122 monthly. So the price that was calculated was actually 122 times 12, but we divided it by 12 using the suffix with monthly. And this is how it looks to the customer. Lawn care. Okay, so here's our maybe all-inclusive package. We could rename that within step 1 of the service editor. But you can see that now it's 122 monthly and it does all of these things. Okay, so that's how the new Suffix builder works. It's really powerful. I hope you love it. This whole update, as you can tell, was a really big deal, but it has a lot of new features that should help you out. Let us know how you like it, and happy ResponsiBidding.